What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Tetris Ninja, and for the rest of this gameplay, I will also be known as System Magic Risk. I have no idea. But anyways, this is some more gameplay from Destiny Rise of Iron. I'm going to be playing on my Warlock, even though I am called System Magic Risk for some reason. Once again, this is some early gameplay that I captured at the Bungie Studios. Full disclosure, flight and accommodations hotel were provided by Activision. And let's jump right into it.
Splicer's High Priest has crews pushing further underground in the Plague Lands. Looks like a large-scale mobilization against a hive nest.
An army of Hive controlled by the Splicers would be the end of old Russia.
Could be the end of everything. The Devils are evolving. Neutralize them before this goes any further, Guardian.
Sounds so imminent and important.
All right. There's a series of old missile silos near the bunker. I've got reports of Hive near that location.
Sounds like the place to be.
From my glimmer, yeah. And remember, target anything that moves. Every kill gets us one less Splicer or Hive to be warped by SIVA.
Noted.
I was actually digging the voice acting work from whoever played Shino in this expansion. Still not as good as Cade 6 and Nathan Fillion. He did a fantastic job in The Taken King, in my opinion. But anyways, so this is the Wretched Eye. This is the only brand new, as you can see, these are new traps that are located on the ground. I can see these being a real bitch when the raid comes around. But anyways, like I said, this is the Wretched Eye. This is actually the only confirmed new strike that is going to be available in Rise of Iron. And in total, there are 3 new quote-unquote new strikes. So one is the Wretched Eye, which is a completely new strike, and the other 2 are basically kind of just remasters.
I'm picking up several concentrated SIVA nodes ahead.
The Splicers are using SIVA to augment the silo's old defense protocols. They've got the inner doors sealed tight. If you want to get inside, you'll need to find and destroy those SIVA nodes.
The other 2 are basically just remasters of older strikes that we've played before. Remasters of the Summoning Pits as well as the Septic's Climb, the Devil's Lair strike. So I'm playing on my Warlock and using the Bad Juju because it's like the perfect PvE weapon because you never have to reload it so long as you get a lot of kills. I didn't think that I would necessarily need my Fireborn ability, so we swapped over to Stormcall here
I've pinpointed another SIVA node.
just for the sake of the gameplay, to make it a little bit more fun, more action-y for you guys. It's always fun to rain lightning upon all your enemies and watching them chain and explode in exploding goodness. So the other 2 players that I'm playing with, Guess What and formerly Penitent, you actually will not recognize them because once again they are made up gamer tags. But Guess What is Arex or Alex. He runs a Destiny focused channel on YouTube. And formerly Penitent is someone that you guys are probably all familiar with, which is Ghost Robo. And Ghost is playing on his Warlock, and Alex is playing on his souped-up Hunter because he believes in the Hunter Master
Splicers
race.
sealed this door tight. We need to find those SIVA nodes if we want to get through.
Obviously, he is grossly misguided, but he has a lot of cool stuff. He actually has the SLR Sparrow. He's basically been playing since Destiny came out. I took a little bit of a break. I haven't played Destiny since January. I'm kind of just going to jump right back in. I'm actually going to be streaming the rest of this week up until I finish my Year 2 Moments of Triumph. I actually have not finished those yet, so I want to make sure that I get those done. So, like I said, as I make it rain purple with that well-placed arc grenade. So I'm going to be streaming a lot this week on Twitch TV, so
Picking up one more node. Let's go get it.
if you want to follow me on Twitch TV, you can find me there. The link to that will be in the description. So this strike, the Wretched Eye, it had some cool moments bringing us into this kind of industrial facility inside the Cosmodrone. That bow, though, it honestly really didn't introduce much and probably wasn't as imaginative as the strikes that came out in The Taken King. So in Rise of Iron, you have this strike as well as 2 remastered strikes that are coming out. So as of right now, from what I gather, there are only 3 quote-unquote new strikes. This one being the only
the last node. Security protocols are clear and hackable.
brand new one.
Push forward, Guardian.
in comparison to the Taken King, if you're on PlayStation, there were actually 4 brand new strikes. You had the Fallen Saber, you had the Shield Brothers, the Sunless Cell, and the PlayStation exclusive, which was the Echo Chamber.
Doesn't matter. Go through them.
Each one of those strikes in the Taken King had a fairly unique final encounter with the boss. This encounter with this final boss for this strike, basically what happens...
I'm pinging new SIVA energy spikes below us. Multiple nodes, all powering another barrier. But I can't nail down their locations. The readings are too sporadic.
You know what to do, Guardian. Find those nodes, unload on them, and keep moving.
I'll unload on you, Shino. But like I was saying, the final encounter for this mission, you'll drop right into like a pit, and there's gonna be a gigantic ogre, and I think Ghost like commits suicide right here. Gotta work on those jumps, brah! Don't worry, I'll go for the quick revive. Medic in the house. But anyway, so there's a gigantic ogre. He's invincible, but he's being controlled by a fallen major, and you basically have to try to kill the major as the ogre is invincible and he's rampaging around the entire battlefield. It actually got quite intense because of the ogre. The ogre does massive damage to you, and you don't really have that much time to line up headshots with the sniper just because there are a bunch of other ads going around the entire battlefield. So it was intense, it was fun.
It's hard to get a clean reading down here. Keep moving. The closer we get to each node, the easier they are to match.
I came up with a couple of clutch revives, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I have a fairly good feeling that come September 20th that this is probably going to be the first nightfall of the game, and...
Guardian, looks like the splicers have taken this hatchery.
Guardian, down!
The bioorganic architecture is still intact, but there are microbursts of SIVA activity all around us.
Used to be the Fallen would attack for resources, for survival, revenge. To invade a hive nest like this, SIVA's changed them.
Almost missed that jump there myself, but like I was saying, if this is in fact the very first Nightfall when Rise of Iron comes out...
Alright, still getting strong SIVA readings. There must be another node.
I can see it actually being quite difficult unless, of course, the community comes up with some sort of cheese spot, which it's in the great realm of possibility that that will happen. If there's anything I've learned from the Destiny community is that they will always find ways to try to make things easier on ourselves. But anyway, so I'm gonna leave you guys with the final encounter of the strike. You guys can take it all in, take it deep, and enjoy it. I have a couple more gameplays, one more strike, the Septix Prime Remaster, as well as some of the new PvP maps, as well as the new mode called Supremacy. So yeah, you guys can look forward to that. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this early look at the Destiny content. If you are, drop the video a quick thumbs up, and other than that, I shall see you guys next time, right? As always, have a Guardian day.
You're all that stands between the Splicer's High Priest and whatever mad science he's cooking up down there. And this.
This doesn't look good.
Did you find the High Priest?
That ogre is... Well, that's disgusting. Not exactly.
A lot more where that came from if the High Priest isn't removed from the field.
mess. The High Priest wasn't looking to build a Hive slave army. He was just removing their body parts to be joined with SIVA.
Bioengineering's become the Splicer's main MO. We're lucky to have dropped their High Priest before he could perfect any of this madness, but it's gotta make you wonder. What other perversions are they planning?